Hello and welcome to Startup TV. Today we're joined by Emma and Leanne from notonthehighstreet.com.
Emma and Leanne are going to be talking to us today about how to successfully sell gifts online. Quite a mouthful. Successfully selling gifts online. So it's going to be really useful, hopefully, for you guys if you've got e-commerce sites and you're selling products, especially coming up to Christmas as well.
Now remember, if you do have any questions, tweet at MadeSimple Group and we'll do our best to answer them at the end of the webinar. Now over to Emma and Leanne.
Over to you guys.
Thank you. Hello everyone, we're notonthehighstreet.com. Welcome to our webinar, Successfully Selling Gifts Online. My name is Emma Cathy Harris. I'm the category manager for the Home and Garden department at notonthehighstreet.com. So I'm responsible for the commercial growth of one of our largest on-site categories.
Hi, and I'm Leanne McEntee. I'm the head of the Home and Garden category here at notonthehighstreet.com. So I'm responsible for the strategic growth of several of our largest on-site categories.
We just want to give you a bit of background as to kind of who we are in the market. So we're notonthehighstreet.com. We were founded in 2006 by Holly Tucker and Sophie Cornish. The idea, the kind of initial founding idea, was to connect the best small creative businesses with the world. We've now been going 9 years. We've seen exceptional growth of around 135%, and the brand has really gained trust with customers. So our kind of ideals are to be an alternative to the high street, so a curated product selection, unique designs, high quality craftsmanship, and we're really about sharing the inspiring stories behind the people that make the products. We now have a new leader who's Simon, our CEO, so this has brought a renewed energy and focus to business, and our aim is to kind of keep captivating customers and create a business for decades to come. So we are the UK's largest curated online marketplace. We give small creative designer makers, manufacturers and retailers a route to market. We provide an e-commerce platform. We kind of handle all of the marketing and promotions, and we bring customers to the site for our sellers. And our unique visitors actually topped 39 million last year. We only actually accept a really small proportion of the businesses who apply to sell with us. That's really to make sure that we're giving the customers what they're looking for, which is kind of quality, design and innovation. We provide a huge amount of support to our partners. We do video guides, e-courses, and we do lots of offline events and workshops as well. And we actually excitingly have 14 businesses who sell with notonthehighstreet.com who've turned over more than £1 million in a year. So we're seeing a huge amount of success. So just a few benefits of selling with us. So as I mentioned, we cover off all of the kind of marketing side for our partners. So we do a huge amount of marketing across various different channels. We do press, we do various marketing campaigns, including outdoor advertising, TV, and also radio. We also have category-specific teams in-house, which cover kind of home garden, jewellery, fashion, baby and child experiences, and even food and drink. So you get a lot of kind of specialist support and expertise. We also run kind of offline events and workshops, as I touched on. One of the big ones we do is kind of a yearly Make Do Meet, which actually we host around 500 partners there. We share kind of business advice and insight into our sort of strategy and longer term growth plans. We also have photography workshops for our partners and kind of regional events to kind of come closer to them. So just a bit about how our marketplace works. So products are listed on our site, our partners upload those themselves. We then do the kind of marketing side of things, so we market the products to the customers. The customers then can purchase on the marketplace through one checkout from as many different sellers that they'd like to. We then notify our partners about those orders, and the partners then fulfill the orders and send them out to the customers. And then we pay our partners kind of after that. So who is the notonthehighstreet.com customer? We kind of split it into sort of gifting and self-purchase. So for gifting, it's kind of a female audience, often buying for husbands, partners, fathers, but they also are looking to buy for female friends and family members. A lot of our customers do have children, so baby and child is a big area for us, particularly kind of 0 to 5s, so they'll be buying for their or their friends' children. Our customers are really wanting to find personal and emotive gifts. They're definitely looking for quality. And then from a self-purchase perspective, it's women 20 to 60 years buying for themselves. It's definitely very aspirational and trend-led. And the key areas that we see customers buying in are kind of jewellery, accessories, garden and home departments. So then in terms of how partners can apply to sell with us, so we get a huge amount of applications each month. We ask potential partners to give us their photography of their products, kind of a real insight into their business, kind of pricing, all of those sort of details to help us kind of review their application in line with what we have at the moment. We have a dedicated new business team who review all of the applications within 3 working days. And then we kind of guide all of our partners through the production process, uploading their products, kind of really ensure that they're kind of optimized for sales when they go online. We also run some pitching events. We had our first one in summer this year, which allows kind of potential partners to come pitch their ideas to us and kind of meet the team in person. We'll be running another one of those in 2016 as well.
So in terms of what we're looking for from our partners, we have 4 key elements really that we ask partners to adhere to. So the first is about your story, and this is very much about having a clear point of view, a compelling brand story, and to be a real creative individual or a team who's growing your passion into an independent business. In terms of product, as Emma already mentioned, we want our partners to offer unique, high quality and innovative products. I think as the name suggests, we very much are about not on the high street. We are looking for partners who will ensure their products aren't widely available on the market. We want to still be able to delight our customers with the unique choice that we have when they come to the site. And also in terms of services, we really want partners who can offer services that make that product experience extra special for our customers. So when we talk about this, we mean things like framing for prints, personalization, and then the all-important delivery options. You can see on the screen now just an example of some of the product types that we have, and we do cater for a wide variety of customers, going from those real kind of best-selling products that we know, will probably sell in volume, to the real wow products, so bringing something really unique to the market that customers haven't seen before. In terms of how to get accepted, so for us, we're really looking for partners who have a unique selling point and someone who's very aware of it, somebody who's identified what's different about them. We're really looking for quality, so consider the quality of your materials and the end product. But also we want you to be market aware, so keep abreast of the latest trends in the market and make sure that you're one step ahead in terms of your product offerings. Additionally, things that we'll be looking for, and we do review every application in detail, so we're looking to see if your company fits with our brand and our values. We want to know if your products appeal to our customer base and actually offer something new and different that maybe we haven't seen before. And as I said, we do review every application in detail, so really make sure that when you apply, you look and sound your professional best. I'm now just going to quickly talk through a couple of partner case studies with you to give you a flavour of the type of partners who sell through the site. So the first is Ellie. They joined LondonHighStreet.com in 2010. Danielle Plowman, the founder, started the company with just a few pieces of jewellery, some vintage gains. She's now expanded her range into accessories, clothing, and even homewares. Many of her products are handmade, so she's staying very true to her original brand ethos and story. And we're really excited to say she now employs a team of 6, which is continually growing. She's also the proud owner of 2 of the NotOnTheHighStreet.com Make Awards. The next is the Drifting Bear Company. They joined NotOnTheHighStreet.com in 2011. Again, they're a winner of one of our Make Awards, so the 2012 Startup Success Award. They started working from their spare room. They've moved into a studio by the sea in Devon, and they have a very clear brand story. They never compromise on quality, and they continually delight our customers with their personalised prints. And then finally, Smith & Sinclair are one of our newer partners. They joined NotOnTheHighStreet.com in 2014. They were a winner of one of our Future Stars Award, which was looking for new talent in the UK. And the 2 partners, Melanie and Emile, have designed and produced the world's first cocktail confectionery. So again, bringing something very new to market we hadn't seen before, and our customers absolutely love it. They're also a favourite with the press. And they have been selected to feature in our Christmas campaign and our Mother's Day campaign, so very much getting lots of exposure for their brilliant product. I'm now just going to briefly cover a couple of top tips for selling online. So I'll talk you through some things about product photography, delivery options, search optimization, and continually delighting the customer. So the first is all about product photography, and I think this is an incredibly important piece when selling online, as this really is your shop window. So the main tips are: make sure that you're showing all of your product, shoot inside where possible just to try and avoid shadows. Props are really important because they help the customer imagine how they would use the product and envisage it within their lifestyle and their own setting, but they can also really help to show scale. Lifestyle photography, again, as we said, is very important because it helps to show the context. If you can't do that, a plain white background can work, but I think lifestyle photography is always preferred. but also high resolution is really important. Again, when customers are viewing a product online, they want to be able to see the details and really make sure that every aspect of the product is shown fully. We do encourage our partners to create beautiful lifestyle photography, and we found that this significantly increases the chance of the product being featured either in a brand promotion, so our marketing content like emails, our social media features, but also on the notonthehighstreet.com homepage. I think just worth caveating that some press image requests are for cutouts, so for the most part we encourage partners to have both options available just to make sure that you can really maximise on the exposure opportunities there. And then particularly for fashion accessories, customers do like to see cutout images because again, they can see the detail of all of the products in lots of different angles. So we would always encourage partners to have a good range of photography available on the site to really make the most of the opportunity with the customer. Delivery is another key factor for customers, so when considering making a purchase, our key tips really are about delivering as fast and often as you can. We've seen customer expectation has shifted significantly in the last couple of years, and with the developments within the delivery market, customers are really starting to expect deliveries at all times of the day and all throughout the week. So really look at examining your production processes, see where you can save efficiencies, where you can drive some time and really help to get the products to the customer faster. And we know that products always convert better the faster customers can get their hands on them. A key thing for us is around express delivery. So just before major gifting events such as Christmas, which we're about to go in, we do see a really big surge in customers who are more than willing to pay for express delivery to ensure that they get the product in time. And then finally, look at your international options. So notonthehighstreet.com as a platform has customers in over 170 countries. So don't limit your opportunity and look at seeing where else you could export to. In terms of SEO, key terms are really important to improve the visibility of your product. So key terms are the words that a customer might type into a search engine, whether that's Google, whether that's actually our own internal search engine. It's how they look for an item online. And then the key terms will help Google or a search engine give the best results for the customer to direct them to your product pages. So for each of your products, when you're thinking about what key terms to use, think of the words and the terms that a customer is most likely to use when they're searching for that product. And a really good tip is to get your friends and family to have a go too and just look at your visibility. You can always test it yourself on Google and the different sites that you sell on just to see how relevant your search terms are. It's a similar point in terms of product description. So the description of your product, again, is a really crucial factor in the way that search engines will actually rank your page and the visibility that that product will get. So every product description needs to be unique. If there's any bespoke content or anything original about that product, make sure that you're pulling that out. And again, I think give as many examples as you can of what occasions your product could be useful for. So as an example, celebrate your family stories, memories, and unique moments. Really pulling out the key terms that a customer is probably likely to search for. Personalization, particularly for customers of notonthehighstreet.com, is a really great added value piece. So it's a really good way to add value to your offering because you're offering something really unique and personalizing the product, particularly around gifting products. It's something that we very much encourage. So make the options as simple as you can. Quite often customers want something, but they don't want to have to think a lot about it. Give them examples, give them inspiration of what could work for them, but also think beyond regular personalization. So we've seen lots of products with names, dates, and places, but think about how else you could build out your personalization offering, and also think about the way in which your product could work for different occasions. So think about things like anniversaries, weddings, christenings, particularly opportunities such as baby's first Christmas. There's lots of different opportunities for personalization, and again, really showing that to the customer to help them understand the opportunities they have there. In terms of when you're designing products and developing products, think all of the time about the purchaser, but also the recipient. So consider carefully who your product will be gifted to, because it's very easy to make a small tweak to a product, which will enable you to adapt the gift to quite a different market. And that could be different colorways, different personalization, or simply the setting in which you photograph it. Similarly, if you think about your products, and again, photography plays a big part in this, but it's very easy to turn a product idea into a growing product range. If you think about different occasions, different recipients, and different customer demographics. So as an example, at the bottom, we have a wine glass, which sells incredibly well with us, and actually the partner has developed her range into a whole suite of options so that she now covers the weddings market with the champagne glass offering, and there's so many different opportunities within here. So wine glasses, which tend to be predominantly female. There's also whiskey glasses for the older male market. So always think about how you can make a simple tweak to your product to appeal more broadly. And then finally, it's all about delighting customers. So as I mentioned before, we really do look for partners who are willing to go the extra mile. It's all about the presentation and customer service. A lot of our partners absolutely love to delight customers when they receive their products. That could be through gift wrap, packaging, little extra touches. So perhaps, a postcard that tells more about your story, which helps to then drive repeat purchase. Maybe it's stickers, something small that just makes the customer know that you've put a little bit of effort and more thought into it than a traditional retailer. So that's the end of our presentation. We really are keen to hear from you. So if you'd like to get in touch with us, if you'd like to apply to be a partner with us, you can see the links up on screen now. So please do go through. You'll find the application form on there. And I think we'll hand back now and we're able to take some questions.
Thanks, girls. That was awesome and really useful. So yes, Matty. Oh, if you just want to share your screen so we can see your lovely faces again. Fantastic. Matty.
Hi.
The questions come through. First up, do you have any advice for keeping on trend when selling gifts online?
Yes, so I think it's really important that you remain on trend in terms of looking for inspiration. I think there's a number of different ways in which you can do that, and one of the tips that we give to our partners is all about looking at blogs, keeping abreast of the trends that are going on in the market. So looking out in terms of thinking about what the customers are thinking right now, thinking about what's out there in the market, what kind of trends, sight sounds are they absorbing, keep an eye on social media. We do a lot in terms of attending trade shows, which really helps to see future trends, but also perhaps trends that we've seen for a while that are still going, and sort of iterations of those. So I think very much about soaking up everything that's around you. We tend to find that our partners are incredibly creative people, and actually as a community have a really good network within them. So bounce ideas off each other, really see what you can come up with.
Okay, brilliant. Next up, how long does it typically take from applying to Not on the High Street to actually going live on the website?
So once we get an application through, it doesn't take us longer than sort of 3 days to be able to kind of review the application, process that, kind of take it through. You then would be kind of passed over to our new business managers. So they will kind of talk you through sort of all of our terms and conditions, kind of how our site works, how you'd upload your products, kind of how it all works really. So then once you've gone through that process, you've kind of become a partner on our site. I mean, it can take as little as sort of a week to get online really. So you upload your own products. Our then production team would review all of those. They'd give you advice based on all of the things we've just been talking about today, just to make sure you have a really great chance of converting as well as you possibly can when you go live. And then we go from there and you're live on the site.
Okay, brilliant. And final question, do you support sellers when they're actually developing their products?
Yes, we do. So we tend to find that actually our partners are the best people at being creative. So a lot of the best ideas come from a spark of inspiration, maybe a conversation with someone along the high street. But we definitely do help partners, and we provide them with trend guides that has macro trends, it has trends, color trends. But also we share a lot of information with them in terms of what's so the more commercial side of things, maybe range gaps that we've and any particular areas of growth, so that we're not overly saturated in. We'll really help partners with that. And we do like to see products, so we're always happy to give feedback and review products where we can.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic.
You're looking very nice and Christmassy today, ladies.
We have gone quite sparkly today. We've dressed up for the occasion.
Great, well, thank you so much. It's been great having you on Startup TV. And breaking up a bit there, but I think we did. We've got most of it all done without any breakups, so hopefully it's good. So we'll be here again in a couple of weeks, actually. Well, 17th of December is our next Startup TV episode, where we're actually going to be joined by the UK's youngest entrepreneur, Henry Patterson. That's quite exciting, and we're going to be doing a live interview with him. Matthew will be back, and his Mo will be gone then because he's doing Movember at the moment.
No Mo, this isn't a style choice. If you do want to sponsor our Movember tin, you'll find details on our Facebook page.
Fantastic. So thanks for listening, everyone. If you've got any more questions, do send them through to us and we'll pass them on to Emma and Leanne so they can answer them afterwards. But thank you for tuning in and we'll see you again next month.
Thanks.
Thanks again, girls. Bye.
Bye.